Okay, any pains, injuries before we start? Good, okay. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Intermediate Advanced Lab. It is a level 2, level 3. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. If your lower back or your hips are tight, please elevate. Sitting up on some blocks or some blankets will make it easier for you to find a lengthy, tall spine. All right, palms face up. Fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. Through the breath, let the mind start to quiet as you settle into your seat. Ujjayi breath whenever you're ready. Three ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for your yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga, call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gato Piwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes and let the palms face up. Fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Chin toward the right shoulder. Release, back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. Chin toward the left shoulder. Back to center, dropping your left hand, chin toward the chest, big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side. Roll it back, opposite side, roll the center. A few more rounds. And then chin back toward the chest and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And then one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest. And then lifting the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Extending the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting and turning your toes toward each other. And then roll them out. Draw in, roll out. Draw in, outer rotation circling. Back to center, switch them around, inner rotations. Back to center again. Cross your shins, taking the opposite shin on top, non-dominant, crossing up the legs. Raise the arms up high and extend. Twist to the right on the exhale. Back to center, arms up. Twist to your left. Back to center again. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Back up, other side. Back up again, legs forward, forward fold. Take it back up. Soles of feet together, knees apart, butterfly. Come back to stillness, draw the heels in closer, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Come back up again, windshield wipers, stepping your feet about max width. Pivoting to your heels, hands supporting, and just knees side to side. Drop the knees over to the right, sitting up, and start to twist to face the back of the room. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Ground the right palm down. Reach your left fingertips further back in space, tractioning your fingertips to the floor, and walk it as far back as you can, getting a deeper twist and a stretch through your left arm, left shoulder. Walk it back in. Take it back to center. Keep the legs. Counter twist to the left. Back to center. Support with your palms. Windshield wiper again, side to side. And then when you're ready, drop your knees over to left. Sitting up. Rotate to face the back of the room. Support with your left hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Walk your right hand further and further back. Tractioning your fingertips to the floor. Getting the extension of the right arm, right shoulder as you twist. Begin to walk it back up. Keep the legs, counter twist to the right. And then release, back to center, windshield wiper one more time. All right, lift the knees back up. Ankles to knees. Step the left heel in a little bit. Right ankle to left knee. Step the left foot back. Make sure you flex your right foot and then sitting up tall. Then lift the feet, three-legged tabletop. Release the seat back down. Switch legs. Walk the left foot forward. Walk the right foot forward. Left ankle to right knee. Flex your left foot. Step the right foot in. Sitting up tall. Lift the seat. Three-legged tabletop. And release your seat back down. Release your legs. And let's take your soles of feet together, Tadasana, letting your feet come further forward, grabbing the inner of the feet or threading the arms underneath, and you can round your spine when you take your forward fold. All right, let's back up, walk your hands back in, step the feet to the floor about mat's width, and let's take yogic squat. Try to keep your heels down the best you can. For those of us who are having a harder time, you can always walk your feet wider. Turning your toes out really helps. Take a few more breaths here, stretching your lower back, working into your glutes, your hips. All right, and then this is where what I call chicken wings. It is stretching of your shoulders. So you're going to take your left hand, take it to the back of the left leg, and then left elbow draws forward in front of the left knee. Same thing with your right hand. And once you have that, you settle in, press your inner thighs toward each other. So you're stretching the uh, back of the shoulder joints and stretching the upper back. It's a slightly awkward position. It's a little bit weird, but it is a very nice stretch. And then starting to release. Walk your hands forward, tracking your fingertips to the floor as you bow forward. And you can sway your hips side to side a little bit as you neutralize your shoulders. All right. Come back to center, release your hands to the floor, and walk back to down dog. And then again, pedal out just a little bit. Then come back to stillness in your down dog. 3, tuck toe up dogs. Inhale, come forward into plank. Let the hips draw down as you lift your chest for back bend. Exhale, gently take it back to the down dog. Inhale forward. Hips come down as you lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Hips come down as you lift your chest. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet out about mat's width distance. Walk your left hand in toward the center line and closer toward the middle. And then right hand to grab the left outer ankle and then pull toward the left leg and fold. Now as you rotate into the spine, also feel the hollowness of the underside of your left shoulder joint into your armpits. As you pull toward the left leg, you're also feeling for the back of the left leg. Release, square back, switch hands. Right hand to where your left hand was, and then left hand grabbing the outer right ankle and pulling toward the right leg. Begin to release and then walk it back to your regular down dog. All right, once you get to regular down dog, with your left foot, turn the left heel in and step the left heel down toward the center line. Raise your right leg up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. And then with your left hand, grab the inside of the right foot, kick back as you open up the hips. All right, your left heel coming down really helps to stabilize your pose. All right, release. Left hand comes down, right foot comes down. Come back to your down dog first. Then draw the right heel down toward the center line so you're at a diagonal. Raise your left leg up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. With your right hand, grab the inner left foot. And as you stack your hips, left knee is reaching up, right heel is pressing firmly down. Begin to break. Take it back to regular down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Right knee in toward the nose, around the spine. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. Right knee outside of the right arm and touch. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist, touch your left arm. Kick it back up. Stepping your right foot forward, left knee comes down, crescent moon. Take extra padding to your left knee as you need. Hands top of the thighs and lunge forward. Let's get into the stretch of the left quads. Then press your hands into your upper thighs. Lean the upper torso back, gently looking up. And then extending the arms up when you're ready. Venus Mudra. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace. Side bending, right arm, right leg, or the right hand to the floor. Left arm up. So it all depends on your extension, if you can reach down comfortably with your right hand. If not, arm to top of the leg. Switch sides. Left hand down, right arm up, and extend. Then support the right hand to right side and gently turn the toes out at an angle. And then as you ground the left palm firmly to the floor, you're going to roll to the blade of the foot so your sole of the foot does come off the floor. Now make sure you actively flex your right ankle so you're in a position of support with your right ankle. And then with your right hand, gently encourage your right thigh away from the center line, going into the inner right hip, inner right thigh. Step the right foot back down to your floor to stabilize. Bend your left knee. Reach back with the right hand and kick back. Release your bind. Raise your right arm up over the right ear toward the left side. Thread the needle. Right arm underneath your left, and as you bend your left elbow, allow the right shoulder, right cheek to come toward the floor. You don't have to touch down. Maybe you're hovering in space, and that is fine. So you're looking for the extension of the outer right arm, shoulder into your shoulder blades. Definitely going into the hips as well. Begin to walk it back to center. Turn the right toes back forward. Frame your right foot. Tuck the left toes under. Low lunge. Then ground the back heel. Rise up. Warrior one. On the exhale, open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Right arm to top of the right leg or the hand to the floor. Left arm reaching up. Now let's actively press your right arm, right tricep into inner right knee. Inner right knee back into your tricep. So using that resistance to then draw the left shoulder even more actively back to stack, creating more space, extending through your left fingertips up. Extended side angle, left palm face down and actively reach forward. Feel for the space to the underside of your shoulder joint. Half bind, left arm up and behind you. Let your shoulders stack. Full bind, right arm underneath to catch the other hand. Then lift the upper torso, lean it back and stack. Release your binds. Inhale, come up. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras, hands alongside the rib cage. Lift up, baby cobra. On the exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Full extension of your arms if you have it for Bhujangasana. And release all the way down. Child's pose, seat toward the heels and fold. Down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips and bend the left knee. Left knee outside of the left arm in touch. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist, touching your right arm. Kick it back up. Stepping your left foot forward, crescent moon, right knee comes down. Take extra padding to your right knee as you need. Walking hands to your thighs and then lunging forward. Let's get comfortable. into the stretch of your right quad. And press your hands into your thighs, lean the upper torso back, but gently looking up, working on that back bend. And then take the arms up, Venus Mudra. Then begin to wrap the hands back behind you. Non-dominant interlacing your hands, broaden your shoulders, reach back, and go deeper. Side bending, left arm to the left leg, or the hand to the floor if you can reach down comfortably. Right arm over. Switch sides. Right hand down, left arm overhead. Then take the left hand to left thigh, supporting with your right palm, and then gently turning your left toes out, and then roll to the outside of the foot so the sole of the left foot comes off the floor. Make sure you flex your left ankle to protect the ankle joint, and then gently press your inner left thigh away. Then gently stepping your left foot back down. Raise your left arm up over the left ear, reaching toward the right. So again, side stretching. And threading the needle. Left arm threads underneath your right. And as you bend your right elbow, start to lower your left shoulder. So again, you don't have to touch down. Best you can. Just getting into the stretch of the outer left arm, shoulder, shoulder blade as you twist. Start to release. Walk it back in, turning your left toes back forward. Frame your foot, coming into low lunge. And then ground the back heel. Warrior one. Arms up high and extend. Do we forget? The, yes. Sorry, guys. Coming back down, I forgot to bind. So we're in the toes turn out, right? So we took the side stretch, and then wrap the left arm back behind you, to take the bind, and kick back. All righty, let's start to release. I think that's everything, right? Turn your left toes back forward, low lunge first, and then ground the back heel to stabilize, and then rise up, warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Reverse, warrior. Side angle, left arm to top left leg, or the hand to the floor, right arm up. Now, once you have your side angle, press your left tricep to inner left knee back into your left tricep. So it's a very active pose here. And then with that, let the right shoulder draw back a little bit and extend the right arm up. Extended side angle, right palm facing down and reach forward. Get lengthy through your right side. Half bind, right arm up and behind you. Let your shoulders stack. Full bind, left arm under, grabbing the other hand. Then lift the upper torso, lean it back in space, and stack. Release your binds. Inhale, come up. Reverse, warrior. Hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras. Lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Full extension of your arms if you have it. And all the way down. Child's pose, feet toward the heels and fold. All right, so when you come to your down dog, it's a forearm down dog. So take your forearms down, tuck the toes under, and lift. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round 3 times. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round. Inhale, kick up. Right knee in toward the nose and hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise your right leg back up. Keep the right leg up. On the inhale, come high up on your left tiptoes and shift forward. And then left heel come back down and shift back. Inhale, lift and shift forward. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep your right leg up. Press into your hands and lift the elbows up. That's a 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Kick your right leg up, open up the hips, bend the right knee, step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Lizard. Now, if your hips are pretty flexible, you can keep your right toes pointing forward, walk your hands forward, lower your forearms down. If you need a little bit of help like I do, turn your toes out at an angle, right side also turns out. Then walk your hands forward about a foot and lowering your forearms. Now, if your knee is not on the floor, go ahead and take your left knee down, untuck the toes, and then continue to lean the hips forward, but you can point the left toes back. Then turn your left forearm in 45 degrees. Right arm wraps around the front of the right shin and back behind you. You can take a left hand to a fist and rest your forehead. You may stay there. For those of you with a lot of flexibility, left forehead can come down or the left shoulder can come down and the cheek can come down, and then wrap the left hand back behind you to bind if you are able to bind. Right? That's not for everybody. If you have it, you can take it. Right? If wrapping the right arm around the front of the shin is too much of a reach, you can thread the right arm underneath your right leg and then behind you to take the bind. And then left cheek coming down, left shoulder coming down, and then binding if you have it. All right, let's begin to break. Walk it back in. Turn your right toes back forward, and then it's a half split. Flexing your right foot. So you want to shift your hips over your left knee and looking for the right hamstring stretch. Then step the right foot back down, walk the right foot forward a few inches, and then lean forward once again. So we're going into a split. Shift back one more time for the hamstring stretch. All right, so incrementally, if you're not working for a full split, you're going to step the right foot down and then walk your right foot forward and lean forward again. Those of you who are ready for a split, keep your right foot flexing and reach your right heel forward, left knee back, right heel forward, left knee back, working toward a full split. Keep your hands supporting. Now, if you're not all the way down, keep your hands supporting. If you are all the way down, and you can take a variation, we're going to roll over to your left And then as you reach your left arm overhead, you're going to bind the left hand to the right foot. If you're in the variation with the bind, make your way back up. All right, let's begin to break. You're going to support with your hands, lift the feet up slightly, and then drag the right foot back a little bit or a lot. And then step the right foot back down, lunge back forward. Tuck the left toes under, and then make your way into a low lunge. And then left hand stays down, right arm up to twist. All right, so this is a neutralization for your spine, for your hips, for your hamstrings. Then take the right hand back down. Warrior one. Ground the back heel. Arms up high. Open it up. Warrior two. Triangle. Lengthen out the right leg. Right hand to top of the shin or to the floor. Left arm up. Extended triangle. Left palm face down. Reach forward. Half bind. Left arm up and behind you. You're welcome to stay in this half bind. If you're taking the full bind, you can bend your right knee to come into the full bind with your side angle first. And then once you have your bind, you can lengthen out the front leg for your bound triangle. Wherever you are, start to release and inhale. Come all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back plank. Lower all the way down, Sphinx pose. Walking hands forward, lowering your forearms down, grabbing opposite elbows to measure off the shoulders width, and take your forearms back down. Once you have that, check that your arms are roughly 90 degrees, and then press your belly, lower ribs to your floor, flattening your lower back. Press your forearms down, lifting your chest, gazes to the floor, slightly ahead of you, maybe about 3 feet ahead of you, so the back of the neck remains relatively neutral. And press into your hands, lift the elbows up for a slightly modified cobra pose. Keep the belly and your lower ribs reaching actively toward the floor to deepen that mid-back bend. And soften the elbows a little bit. Walk your left hand in, one hand print. Walk your right hand in, one hand print. Now with your elbows slightly bent, you're going to roll the shoulders forward, up, and as you draw back, you're going to lengthen out the arms, lift up a little higher. Then soften your elbows again. If you have it in you, one more time. Walk your right hand in, one hand print. Walk your left hand in. With the elbow slightly bent, reach out, shoulders forward, up, and as you draw back, you're going to lengthen out the arms, come up even higher for your cobra. All right, slowly release all the way down, child's pose. Feet toward the heels and folding forward. So go slow. We're in that back bend for quite some time, so make sure you take your time to go now into the forward fold. All right, forearms stay down for the forearm down dog. And then lifting the knees, tucking your toes under. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose and around. Inhale, kick up. Left knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick up. Left knee in and hold. Come high up on your right tiptoes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick your left leg back up. Keep your left leg up. Inhale, high up on your right tiptoes. Right heel comes down. High up on your right tiptoes. Right heel comes down. High up on your tiptoes. Right heel comes down. Stay there and then press into your hands. Lift the elbows up. It's your three-legged dog. Left knee in toward the nose and round, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Kick it up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Step the left foot forward to the outside of the left hand to lizard. So again, if your hips are pretty open, keep your left toes pointing forward to challenge your flexibility. If not, turn your left toes out. Left thigh also turns out. Walk your hands forward about a foot, and then lowering your forearms down. So this is your lizard with your right toes tucked under, knee off the floor. So active lizard. Begin to take the right knee down, untuck the toes, and continue to lean the hips forward and down. Then taking the half bind, wrapping your left arm around the front of the left shin or toward the ankles. And you can stay in the forward fold and just get deeper here. If you're working to maybe take the full bind, you can take your forearms down, or you can take your right shoulder, right cheek down, and then see if you can wrap your right arm back behind you to take the full bind. All right? If you don't have the extension to take the full bind, the left arm can go underneath your left leg, like a regular side angle bind, right? Because then that will lengthen your arms essentially, and then maybe from there you can take the full bind. Ugh, a little bit of a reach for me. All right, Pete, good extension, and then Phoebe has it too. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a reach. You have to have pretty long arms. Ah, Aliona there too, good. All righty, let's start to break. Make your way back in. Turn your left toes back to center. Frame your left foot with your hands either side. Tuck the right toes under, half split. Flexing your left foot, shifting hips back over your right knee, and working on the left hamstrings. Then begin to step the left foot back down. Walk the left foot forward a few inches, and then lunge forward again. So you're deepening your lunge here. So going forward and back, forward and back. We're going to shift back one more time for the hamstring stretch. And the next time we come forward, you can just keep working on your splits, right? Incrementally. If you have a full split, you can take a full split anytime. All right, when you're ready, start to work deeper. Left heel forward, right knee back. Left heel forward, right knee back. If you have a full split, go ahead and take it and stabilizing here. Katie, tighter on this side, much tighter. Take your time. Okay, good. All right, either keep working here as you did on the first side. If you took the variation, left arm reaching underneath, so you can take your left elbow, left forearm to the floor, to the inside of the left leg to stabilize, and then raise your right arm up and overhead to bind to the left foot. Start to make your way back up if you're taking the variation. Then everyone supporting your hands either side and begin to make your way out of the pose. So as you draw the left heel back, you're going to step the left foot back down. So you're going to make your way to a low lunge. Once you have the low lunge, let's twist. Right hand stays down, left arm up to twist. Then take the left hand back down for warrior one. Ground the back heel down and rise up. Open it up, warrior two. triangle. Lengthen out the left leg. Hand to the shin to support, or hand to the floor, right arm up for the full pose. Extended triangle, right palm face down, reach forward. Half bind, right arm up and behind you. All right, so you're welcome to stay in this half bind. If you're working for the full bind, you can start with your left knee bending, threading the left arm underneath, so through the side angle to take the bind, and then lengthen your left leg. All right, so wherever you are, release. Inhale, come up. Reverse your triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot, stepping back plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Sphinx pose. And again, you can always grab opposite elbows, take your forearms back down, check your 90-degree angle, and then belly, lower ribs press down. As you press your forearms down to lift your chest, gaze toward the floor slightly ahead of you. And then let's twist this time. Turn your right forearm in, bend your right knee, reach back with your left hand, grabbing your foot and kicking back. Release. Switch. Left arm turns in. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand, grabbing the foot. Kick back, lift, and look behind you. Release. Square back. And press your hands down. Lift the elbows up slightly. Draw the elbows out to lower your chest. Walk your hands back gently, slowly, child's pose. Down dog. Inhale, right heel up, right knee in toward the nose. Now this time, when you kick your right leg up, you're going to then apply a kick into handstand hops, okay? Kick your right leg up, bend your left knee and hop. All right, we're going to do that 3 times. Then land the left foot back down, draw the right knee in toward the nose. As you kick the right leg up, bend your left knee and hop. Land the left foot back down. Right knee in toward the nose. Kick it up. Hop. If you can hold onto a handstand, take it. All right, so right leg kicks back up. Open up the hips, bend the right knee, and flip the dog. Roll on to outside the left foot. Drop the right foot back behind you. Then take your seat down to the floor. Face the back of the room. Marichyasana. Right foot is pointing forward. Your right shin is vertical to the floor. Left hand down, right arm up, and reach forward to grab the inside of the left foot and fold. And then if you want to bind, you can wrap the right arm around the right shin for a half bind or full bind. Left arm back behind you. Once you have the full bind, fold forward. All right, if the full bind is too much for you, keep a half bind. You need to stay stabilized. Inhale back to center, releasing. Keep the legs. Twist to the right. Left arm wraps around your right knee. Back to center. Counter twist to your left. Forward folding dragonfly. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Right foot comes all the way around and stepping your right foot down to the floor. Left hand to support. Right arm is up. Reach forward toward the right side and either stay in the forward fold with the right arm extending or wrap the right arm around the right shin for the half bind. And for those of you who can take the full bind, left arm wraps around you. Now, this is a very tight bind. It's a very tricky pose. Without the left hand on the floor, for most of us, we're going to fall off to the left side, right? But if you have the leverage, take the full bind, take the full bind. All right? Begin to release your binds, make your way back up. So you're going to take the hands back down to the floor, tuck the left toes under, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Fallen triangle, right leg threads over to your left. You may stay here with the support of the right foot, or you can pick up the right foot with your left hand and extend out, or you can suspend the right foot and extend the left arm forward. Left hand comes back down to the floor, lower the seat. Legs are 90 degrees. You're on the outside of the right foot, inside the left. Square the torso forward. And again, just like Sphinx, lower your forearms down. Once you have your forearms down, think about pressing your left elbow, left shoulder down toward the floor, and right shoulder drawing back to deepen your thoracic twist. Lift the elbows up, walk your hands back in. You're going to sit up tall, facing toward the angling to the right side of the room. Left arm to the inside of the left leg, right arm overhead, and side bend over your left leg. Now, if you can reach to bind the right hand to left foot, take it. If not, just keep reaching your right fingertips out. Release, take it back up, switch directions. Right arm to inside the right leg. Left arm overhead, and then side bending over the right leg, taking the bind if you have it. Begin to square back, lifting back up, rotating back forward, roll to outside the right foot. Then tuck your left toes under, kick your right leg up, three-legged dog. Stepping your right foot forward, warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace, lift up, gaze up. Bow forward, devotional warrior. Lift the torso up to about 45 degrees, warrior three. Tip forward to stand on the right leg, left heel's reaching back. You may stay warrior three or bow forward more, raise your left leg higher, toppling tree, and then finally, if your handstanding, ground the palms to the floor, and then taking your handstand. Wherever you are, begin to break, step it all the way back for warrior one. Open it up, warrior two, reverse warrior, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Take the knees down, take a child's pose, rest up. We're going to take those kicks into the handstand hops, okay? So let's take a few breaths here to recharge. However you like, you can take the arms back behind you. You can keep arms forward. You can make pillows with the hands, creating fists, resting your forehead. So all of those are really great options to help you to rest a little bit. Alrighty, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Left knee in toward the nose. So as you raise your left leg up, you're going to bend your right knee and use your right leg as a spring. Kick your left leg up, bend your right knee, and kick into a handstand. Land that foot back to the floor. Left knee in toward the nose. Kick back, bend your right knee, hop. Land the foot back down, knee in toward the nose. Kick up, bend your right knee and hop. If you have a handstand, you can hold it, take it. All right. When you're ready, land that foot back to the floor, raise your left leg up, open up the hips, bend the left knee, and flip. Take the seat down to face the back of the room, Marichyasana. So your left knee is bending, your left shin is vertical to the floor. Right hand for support, left arm is up, inhale. Exhale, reach forward to grab the ins of the right foot with your left hand. All right, so this is your basic Marichyasana. If you're binding, you can take a half bind. Wrap the left arm around the left shin, right hand supporting on the floor. Or take the full bind, right hand behind you to catch the other hand. Then lengthen and fold forward best you can. Release, take it back up, keep the legs, twist to your left. Wrap the right arm around your left knee. Back to center, counter twist to the right. Forward folding dragon fly. Roll to the outside of the right foot. Swing the left leg around and walk your left foot as high up the right leg as possible. Your toes are pointing to the right side, right? Right side. Right hand for support, left arm up, and then reach forward diagonally, forward folding. So this is your forward folding dragonfly. All right, this is good. Stay here. If you're binding, it could be a half bind, left arm wrapping around the left leg, just to leverage your torso toward your left leg. If that is easy and you can take the full bind, wrap the right arm around you. All right, ultimately, the forehead comes down to the floor as well. But if that's a bit of a reach, let it suspend. Or if you have a block, you can take your forehead to a block. All right, let's start to break. Make your way back up. You're going to rotate back forward. Tuck the right toes down. Raise your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Fallen triangle. Left leg over to the right side and extend. You may stay here with your left leg supporting to the floor. You can pick up the left foot with your right hand and hold it here, or suspend it and reach your right arm forward. Then take the right hand back down, lower all the way down. So your legs are 90 degrees. You're on the outside of the left foot, inside of the right. Rotate your torso forward, take your forearms down into the shape of Sphinx. Now, once you have your forearms down, think about the right elbow, right forearm pressing down, left shoulder drawing back to deepen your thoracic twist. And lift the elbows back up, walk it back in, and then sitting up tall, facing the corner of the room, your toes should be pointing up. This time we're going to fold over the leg. So right hand to your floor to outside the right leg, left arm up, inhale, exhale. Fold forward over your right leg and grab your foot. Inhale, back up, back to center, switch sides. Left hand down, right arm up, and then folding forward over your left leg. Start to break, make your way back up. You're going to roll again to the outside of the left foot, inside the right to reset to come out of the pose. Tuck the right toes under. Inhale. Kick your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one. Wrap the hands back behind you. Interlace with a non-dominant thumb on top. Open up the chest, gaze up. Ecstatic warrior. Bow forward. Devotional warrior. Lift up to a diagonal, shifting forward, warrior three, standing on the left leg, reaching your right heel back. You have the option of staying here or bow forward more, raise your right leg higher, toppling tree. It's almost like a standing split with the hands bound behind you. And then we're taking the handstand. Ground the palms to the floor and shift your way into your handstand. All right, when you're ready, wherever you are, step it back. Warrior one. Open it up. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right leg up for pigeon. Draw the right knee in. Land that shin to the floor. Angle out the right thigh. Set up your pose. Inching your left knee further back to lower your hips. Walk your hands back. Elongate. Once you're set, make your way forward. If you like additional variations in your pigeon, feel free to take anything you want. You can always stay in a passive pigeon and not do anything else. Right? Simple ones could be regular standing pigeon into back bend and just lifting your torso up. It's a very nice back bend. You can start to twist one direction. Right hand forward, thread the left arm underneath, and then right arm up and behind you. If you can reach for your right big toe with your right hand, you can take the bind. You can go the opposite direction. Lifting up, take the right feet down, and move your right heel further forward so that the shin becomes more parallel to the front of the mat, and make sure you flex your right foot. Then angle your torso over to your left, and then hook your right tricep to sole of the foot, and press into your foot for resistance. Hands together in prayer, and twist. If you want to go even deeper into the hip opening with your right shin, you can move your right heel forward at an angle, right, for further forward. Keep your right foot flexing. All right, so this is quite demanding on the hips. And you're going to work to fold forward over the right leg. You have about 5 more breaths. Work through anything else you want. All right, good one, Phoebe. All righty, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, tuck the left toes under, and gently walking it back to your down dog and walk it out side to side. All right, second side, left leg up, draw the left knee in, land the shin to the floor, angle out the left thigh, 30 to 45 degrees, inch your right knee further back to lower your hips, untuck your toes, walk your hands back, elongate. Once you're feeling pretty set and you're ready, make your way forward. And then once again, those of you who took additional variations, make sure to repeat the same if you can. All right, so if you're twisting, so first option, just lifting your torso for the back bend. If you're twisting, right arm threads underneath the left, right shoulder, right cheek comes down, left arm up and behind you. So if you don't have a deep reach, you can take your left hand to your lower back, and that's good enough. If you can reach to your left big toe with your left hand to take the bind, then you can take the bind. If you're going the opposite direction, you want to lift the torso up, take the left seat down, so you can move your left heel further forward. So the shin becomes more parallel to the front of the mat and makes you flex your foot. Then angling your torso over to the right, and then hook your left tricep to serve the foot, and then press into the foot. Hands together in prayer, lift the upper torso away from the floor, lean back and twist. Right? If you want to take a similar shape, but move your left heel even further forward. So this is quite demanding on your hips, right? So go easy. Supporting with both hands, just squaring your torso forward and then leaning forward over your left leg. Right? So I also then like to reach your right arm forward for even better extension. So all those are nice options, extra things that you can do if you want. You have 3 more breaths. Alrighty, beginning to make your way back up. Walk your hands back in. Tuck the right toes under, stepping back, down dog. Start to walk your feet forward toward your hands. Separate your feet about max width. Basana, firefly. So your toes are pointing forward, max width, bending your knees. You're going to thread the arms and your shoulders between your legs as far back as you can. Then the hands come back behind you, fingertips point forward. If you can, flatten your palms, bending the elbows. Allow the seat to draw down.
so they can leverage the weight of your body into your arms. Then, if you can shift to take the feet off the floor, fantastic. Shooting the legs out to the side, Didipasana, firefly. All right, if you're not able to lift the feet, that is okay. Just bear weight into your hands and shift the weight back and let the feet get lighter and lighter. All right, for more advanced, if that Didipasana can then draw the legs back into a tripod headstand and transition into that, you can work on that. I don't think I can come back into firefly. Let's see. Ugh, slide. All right, crow is. I was going to say crow is definitely doable, but then to slide the legs back out into Didipasana, it is difficult because then you have to make sure you have the right placement of your legs into your back of the arms. So it's definitely difficult. All right, let's take the seat down. Extend the legs forward. Let's take a forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Take it back up. Double pigeon, ankles to knee. Draw the left heel in. The shin is parallel to the front of the mat. Flex your left foot. Right ankle on top of the left knee. Try to line up the shins the best you can. You can lift the seat and then center your seat. Make sure you're nice and even. All right, adjust anything you need to do. Make sure your ankles to knee and you're flexing your feet. Hands to either side, sitting up tall. Once you have the structure of the pose, then think about depth by drawing your right knee toward the left ankle. Now, if you're tight in the hip flexors, right, and your knee is quite far away from the ankle, that is fine. Just energetically drawing down. If your knee meets with your ankles, fantastic, right? Once you have whatever rotational depth you have, then hands supporting with a neutral spine, start to lean the torso forward. If you have a lot of flexibility to go quite far, you can walk your hands forward, maybe even lower your forearms down. So whatever works for you, right? If your hip flexors are tight, you might be quite high, and that is perfectly fine. Work within your capacity. Right? In your forward fold, you can round as much as you want, but do start with a neutral spine and work on the stretch of the lower back first. Go as far as you can, and then you can round your upper back, upper spine. All righty, wherever you are, start to make your way back up. All right, so it's quite rigorous on your hip flexors, your knees, and your ankles. So support your leg, your right leg, extend forward. Support your left leg, extend forward. Hands to either side and flex and point your feet a whole bunch of times. That will help you reset your knees and your ankles. All right, once you're ready, feeling pretty good, let's set up for the second side. Right heel comes in. Shin parallel to the front of the mat, flex your right foot. Left ankle on top of the right knee. And then again, adjust your seating, make sure you're nice and even. Your shins are roughly parallel to each other to the front of the mat. Flex your feet, sitting up tall. Once you have the structure, start to think about depth by drawing your left knee toward the right ankle. Make sure you continue to flex your feet to protect the ankle joint and the knee joints. And then from there, based on your flexibility, keep a neutral spine as you hinge at the hips to draw forward. If you go quite far forward, you can start to change the shape by walking hands forward, maybe even your forearms down. All right, so keep thinking if you're going further forward, right? Think about neutral spine stretching from your lower back first. Once you perhaps get to your forearms, or maybe if you don't even have your forearms down, but you have the forward fold, once you get to your maximum, then you can release your head and then release your upper back, right? Because once you release your head and your upper back, you start to round, right? So I want you to get the lower back stretch first and foremost, and then allow everything else to release. All righty, let's start to break. Gently make your way back up. You okay there? Uh-huh. Okay. Supporting your left leg, extend. Support the right leg, extend. Yeah, so if we're taking a pose and flex and point your feet a bunch of times, right? If we're taking a pose that's a little bit intense, always exit out and then just walk it off or just self massage and then just help you to release. All right, once you're neutral, preparing to come onto your back. Hands supporting, lowering onto your back. Once you're on your back, so take a wheel pose or bridge pose. If you're taking bridge, walk your feet in. Actually, on both poses, walk your feet in, hips width. With your fingertips, feel for the back of the heels. If you're taking a bridge pose, hands to the floor, lift the feet. Walk your shoulders in. You can take your hands into a fist. If you're taking wheel, hands to your shoulders, elbows up, and lift all the way up. Your choice. Whenever you are ready to break, lower down. Once you're on your backs, gently draw the knees in, stretching the lower back. Recline twisting. Keep the left knee in. Extend the right leg out to the floor. Left arm out to a T or downwards alongside the hips, your choice, and then twist to the right, rolling to outer right hip, outer right leg. Take it back to center, switch legs, switch arms, and then twisting to the other direction. And back to center again, hugging both knees in. All right, when you're set, step the feet to the floor, slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Feet are separated, toes turn out. Arms alongside the body with the palms facing up, eyes closed, letting it all go.
Beginning to draw your breath back in, moving your fingers and your toes. Reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions, and then rolling over to the right side, coming up to a comfortable cross-legged. Taking your non-domination on top, using your non-dominant side a little bit more to even out both sides. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. And I'll come up. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.